everywhere, this is for you.
What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco. We back with another one, and it is a call-in. It is a call-in. We are finally doing a call-in. I know you guys have been waiting for a while. So we are on it, man. How is everybody doing? We are going to talk some Eagles, man. Some Jalen versus Carson. I want to know what everybody thinking. I want to know what everybody thinking about this Carson versus Jalen. Time for y'all to get y'all opinions in. I'm just waiting on what's his name? Just waiting on Brandon, and then we'll get to it. Infamous shout out to you, says this is gonna be good. I'm looking forward to hearing what everybody got to say. I'm sure there's gonna be some angry takes. This should be interesting. I've talked all the past 2 weeks, so it's time for me to let y'all talk. It's time for me to let y'all talk. God, I'm so tired of looking at this stupid face that Wentz has every time 100 times when he looks at open wide receivers. What's good, AK Eagles? What's good? What's good, Kavon? What's good, Big Play Slay? Camera Holmes in the building. What's good? Philly fan all day. This is the day you've been waiting for. Man. So y'all Eagles YouTubers getting lazy. I've been waiting for a live stream all day. We here, bro. I went live at like 12:30. I only went for a little bit though. It's one of those days. Today's been a slow day. I don't know what's up. Y'all know what it is. Team hurts. I just made a shirt. Yeah, I'll pull it up on here real quick. I came on here a little bit early. We're probably gonna start it actually around around 6:15, but figured I'd come on here and see what up. Hey, but y'all tell me what y'all think of this shirt. Hold on, let me pull it up. So that right there, I was working on that. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll rock with it. Maybe I'll post it. Y'all let me know what y'all think if y'all would cop something like that. Can it be a Zoom call? I don't have Zoom. Well, I have Zoom, but I don't really know how that works, to be honest. I don't know how that works. What's good, Nina? How's it going? I'll drop the link in just a little bit. Like I said, I'm really just waiting on my guy Brandon real quick. He's running a little bit late because of work. He's got an important job, unlike me, See how Hurts plays first 3 games, see how he does with the new team. It will be interesting. Road Diggity Dog. I like that name. What's up, GOAT? What's up, V Rivals? I got my popcorn ready. You know what I'm saying? All right, so y'all like it. Okay, so all right, I'll put it up. Yeah, I got to get back on my designing. I got to design some more shirts, man. All right, good. Y'all like it. Damn, what is going on? Y'all finally figured out what happened. We got Prince Henry and Wentz all mixed up. We got to do is find the real Wentz, and we good. Hey, the real Wentz is out there dating that. What's that chick's name? She's fine. Shorty is bad. There you go. I just gave out some wrenches. Look at that. I'm giving out wrenches again. We're giving out wrenches again. I don't know what the wrench really does, but just don't. I'm only giving it to people that I know can handle the responsibility. What was it gonna be? Let me find out. Joe in love with who? Oh, short. Yeah, I forget her name, so I can't be that much in love. But I got you, Lala. I know you ain't talking about those Instagram chicks. Nah, they ain't getting me, bro. They ain't getting me. Nah, I'm talking about Shorty that Prince Harry married. That's the actress. Infamous. Yeah, Brandon's coming on. I just came on like pretty early. I'm not gonna lie. I came on early just to come talk to people before we start this off. Meghan Markle, there we go. Thank you, Lala. Yeah, she is. Whew, she is another breed. No, but yeah, I guess the wrench is just like you can mute people, you can kick people out, and I gave out a little bit too many wrenches, and people were getting kicked out during the live stream, so I had to take everybody's wrench away. But I'll slowly start giving them back out. Doesn't really matter to me, to be honest. You ain't missed nothing yet. I'm just kind of warming up, just kind of chilling for a second until Brandon comes in here. Just figured I'd see what up with everybody before we get this really started. Like I said, today is going to be a call-in show, so give us a little bit of time, and I'll drop the link, and we'll get this going. Meghan Markle, we can look her up. Hold on, I got time right now, buddy. Yeah, everybody getting their wrenches back. I'm not good at holding strong. You know what I'm saying? Bad. That's Meghan Markle. She is gorgeous. That's crazy though, and you know she's dating the prince, bro. Like that's insane. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. That's what's up. This is the most random start to a show ever. I'm just mad early. What's good, Philly girl? What's good? Welcome back. Philly Ace in the building. What's going on? Okay, we got the fam in here. That's what I like to see. What's going on, Steven? What's going on? If it's not a name you see a lot, make them wait. Yeah, no, that's where I'm at right now. If I don't see you that much, I'll just chill. Most of the people I've given it back to, I've seen a couple of times, or at least, you know, or I watch their channel. So most random live ever. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just an attitude. You know, it's just a swag. It's just a swag. I don't know. Maybe it is. That's what I'm saying, bro. Not sure if you see my comment about Sertain, but he is grabby, but he also has no penalties and like 800 snaps. That's crazy. I mean, you know, like I said, I really did like him. I did like his highlights. I mean, highlights, you're gonna love him either way. But even when I watched a little bit of his film, I was impressed, but he definitely was. The girl who played Wonder Woman in the newest one is bad, and she like 30, I think. See, that's my swag right there. Y'all need to put me on. Y'all got to put me on. I do drop a live for everything. I'm sorry. I'll be bored. But what's good, Hewing? What's good? Yeah, you ain't getting one, bro. You ain't getting one. Where is Dak? I'm surprised Dak Prescott ain't in here yet. You can download StreamYard and you can go live before you have 1,000. I used to go live before I had 1,000. He gets beat over the top and has double move issues like Mills off what I've heard. Yeah, a couple of even on the highlights, you saw him get beat over top. But yeah, I mean, I like the guy. I can see why a lot of people like him. I think Caleb Farley might be better. I'm gonna do a reaction to probably either him or J.C. Horn next. I've seen a lot of people. A lot of people are saying Jamar Chase, so I'll do a Jamar Chase tomorrow too. But I'm definitely gonna do either Caleb Farley or J.C. Horn pretty soon. Joey said Chase is better than. I like Chase. I like Jamar Chase better than Devontae Smith. I would probably take Jamar Chase over Devontae Smith. Gal Gadot, she's something else too. She's something else too. Y'all gonna get me banned. We have young people in this in this chat. What's good, Bashir? What's good, my guy? How are you doing? How are you doing? Shout out to everybody that's in here. Like I said, I'm just a little bit early. Brandon should be here any minute. I just wanted to come in here. I was bored. Figure I'd talk to my peoples real quick. I don't know what's up with my comments, but they're coming in mad slow. Tony, bro, he underrated. Kadarius Tony, I like him. I'll watch him too. I'll watch some of his highlights. Those highlights are fun to watch. I ain't gonna lie. So you like Devontae Smith better than Jamar Chase? I mean, I guess it's a preference thing. You know, I guess it's a preference thing. I think they're both really good, to be honest. Farley is definitely more athletic, but technique-wise, Surtain blows him out the water. Yeah, Surtain definitely does have that technique down. I mean, he was just, I don't know. He was a little bit grabsy for me. That was the only thing that really kind of threw me off a little bit. My job is school, as it should be. Chase can be a Hopkins-type wide receiver. I would love to see that. I come here because I support your channel. A wrench don't mean anything, bro. Keep up the good work. You're my favorite Eagles YouTuber. I appreciate that, bro. That means a lot, man. There's a lot of great YouTubers out there. There's a lot of great Eagles YouTubers. So that means a lot to me, for real. LOL, me and Bashir was going at it on Notion stream about Brady versus Joe Montana. Who was on Joe Montana's side? Because I want to hear this. I don't know. Like, I don't like Brady, but at this point, I can't really say nothing. At this point, Brady's that guy. Brady's the GOAT. I really can't say nothing. Oh, we got a pit, huh? You know, like I said, I'm doing the mock draft right now, and obviously we're doing the Eagles one, which shout out to everybody that has sent me a video for the Eagles mock draft. We're going to have like mad Eagles YouTubers putting their 2 cents in. I'm very excited for you guys to see it. Brandon hasn't even seen all the picks yet, so it's going to be a lot of fun. But I think you're going to be surprised with how some of these people went. You know, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Whoa, you saying Joe Montana's better than Tom Brady? I don't know. Joe Montana has some teams too. He has some goated players. That's a duty. He said duty. I'm tired, Joe. I'm sorry. Dude, Brady is now in talks of legends. Now like Wayne Gretzky and MJ. I agree. Brady is addicted to Super Bowls. I saw somebody put up that they were like, Tom Brady really just came out of off season and picked a random team and say, hey, you want to go to the Super Bowl? And like, it's crazy. I mean, realistically, the man threw 3 interceptions last game. Excuse me. He threw 3 interceptions last game. So everybody's like, you know, oh, Brady this, Brady that. I mean, that defense helped a lot. Let's not forget they had a defense. People forget the tape we see for Chase when he was 19, exactly. And last season, Smith is 23. So obviously Smith is more technical sound, but Chase, when he gets older, will be better. And I feel like Chase was better than Justin Jefferson last year. We saw what Justin Jefferson became. Chase was probably the number 1 wide receiver if he went into the draft, or if he would have been able to go into the draft last year. So, I mean, people forget, you know, this league is what have you done for me lately, and it is what it is, but I definitely think people are starting to sleep on him. Cheated for 3 of them. Big facts, especially against the Eagles. He definitely cheated against the Eagles. If Brady wins this game, drop all Joe versus Brady debates. I at this point, man, I can't hate on Brady, bro. As much as I don't like him, you know, and I'm originally from Connecticut, so I'm in New England, and I have to hear all that. It is what it is. He's the GOAT, you know, at least of football. I don't think he's up there with MJ just because I'm biased, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I respect it. Jefferson, not Justin Jefferson was not better than Jamar Chase last year. I mean, it's opinion. Don't get me wrong, but my opinion, I really don't think if Jamar Chase was in last year's draft, he probably would have been maybe the second, if not first, wide receiver off the board. To be honest, I mean that kid, he went crazy last year. He went crazy last year. In my opinion, though, the best is Terry Bradshaw. 4-0 never left, but he also had that defense. That steel curtain was no joke. Tom Brady the GOAT, y'all smoking. Facts, Facts, bro. So who do y'all want to win? Before Brandon gets in here, who do y'all want to win for the Super Bowl? Y'all saw my Super Bowl predictions. I think that the Tampa Bay is going to win. Who do you guys got winning the Super Bowl? Or I said, the Chiefs are going to win. Excuse me. Was Devontae even starting? I mean, Judy and Waddle really were the starters, right? It's a fact. Yeah, Devontae really didn't get a big role till this year. Ooh, we got Bucks, my homeboy, Bucks. Chiefs win 31-27. Brady team wins the Super Bowl. The man threw 3 interceptions of 55 completion percentage and still win the game. That's how good that team is. Exactly. That team is disgusting. I mean, both teams are disgusting, realistically. When you look at how they're built, both teams are just nasty this year. You know, if anything, the Buccaneers underperformed, which is weird to say because they're in the Super Bowl, but I feel like they've been underperforming all year. I don't want Brady to get another ring, but I also don't want the Chiefs to win again because I want someone new. Personally, I don't care either way. I don't really care who wins. But if I had to pick a team, I would pick the Chiefs just because, I got love for Andy Reid. And I wouldn't be mad if he keeps on winning. Go him. And he's in the AFC. It is what it is, I have learned never to bet against Tom unless it's against the NFC East. Facts. If he was playing one of us out there, it would be a little bit different. Devontae was a backup to Judy, Ruggs, and Waddle. So why couldn't he break out? Was those 3 really that much better? I mean, possibly. I mean, yeah. I would say that. I don't know if individually. So, like, Waddle coming out was supposed to be better than Devontae. Like, coming into this year, I should say. Devontae was supposed to be better than – Waddle was supposed to be better than Devontae. Waddle was supposed to be kind of that guy coming out. And then he got injured. And then, obviously, Devontae Smith went crazy. So it is what it is. But, it is – we will see. We will definitely see. Depends if the Bucks can control the clock, they win. But if Mahomes has the ball, then the Chiefs, yeah. I think it's going to be an offensive showdown. You never bet against the GOAT. All right, I don't know where Brandon is, so I ain't going to make y'all wait anymore, man. If y'all want to join, if y'all want to talk, feel free to join. The link is in the chat now, so. Damn, that was quick, Infamous. You ain't waste no time. My guy, what's good?
Oh, shoot. What's happening?
You waste no time, bro. What's good, brother?
No, I'm chilling. I don't even know what's the topic for today.
Today I'm thinking let's do a little bit now that we got this drama going on and everything with Carson and Jalen. Who do you want to start? What do you want to happen out of the situation? Let me put it that way.
I mean, it's hard because I've been saying this. If we trade away Carson, then drafting a quarterback is definitely a consideration. Maybe not at 6, but just maybe another quarterback. Because it's hard because you don't know what you have in Hurts off a 4-game stretch, and that's where the Eagles messed up by keeping Wentz in for that long. So it's like, I mean, me personally, I'm a Wentz guy. Everyone knows I'm a Wentz guy. So I'd rather see Wentz start. That doesn't mean he finishes. That just means he starts the season. See what you have in him, and then see what you have in Hurt. So let's say Wentz has another 2020 season where his first like 4 games are really bad or below what his contract is paying him. Then yeah, you put in Hurts. And then, but then if Hurts starts messing up, do you just like swap in Wentz then? So we're stuck in a really bad position. The most ideal thing right now is I think you do trade him now, not because he is a bad player. I was listening to ESPN with Dan Orlarski and all them. They were saying if did you hear Ian said that the Eagles most likely want a first round pick, and Dan was talking about how if if the Colts do give a first round pick, they should give the Carson these 4 questions because they're high in the draft. So I mean, their first round pick is not as high as like versus like the Carolina Panthers or like the Washington football team. They need a quarterback, so they're not going to give that. But he said the first question will be, do you want to be great again, right? Because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So does he want to be great? Does he
Facts.
still love the game of football? Then how can we help you? And there was like 2 more questions. I forget what they were. And if he answers those questions and convinces other teams that he's like actual in on those questions and what he said is what he meant, then you might get a late first round, maybe an early second. So, especially if he's gonna suck next year and you have to trade him, then we're stuck with his cap for longer than what we are with now. So, I mean, yeah, just get rid of him now.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's kind of like the risk to let him go and see him, flourish somewhere else is obviously there. Obviously, that's a worry for a lot of people just because we've seen it with so many other players. But the other side of that risk is probably greater. You know what I'm saying? Than the reward of keeping him. Like the best case scenario of us keeping him is that he balls out. You know what I'm saying? That's obviously what we would want, right?
Mhm.
But the chances of that happening, and I don't even want to say the chances of that happening, the chances of him balling out to the effect that we are like a playoff team, we're a really good team, I don't see that happening, to be honest with you. So it's do you want to go 8-8 or rebuild with a $30 million quarterback, or do you just say let's see what we got in this rookie? So I feel you. I kind of feel like I'm there at this point, and I feel like he doesn't want to be here. So
I
why
mean,
why keep on, fighting with him to stay somewhere it doesn't seem like he really wants to be?
I feel like if he doesn't want to be here, he would have been said it. I don't know why he would wait. I
I
think
don't know
me
why he would
personally,
wait to not say it, to say that he
I
does
think
want to
he's
be here.
waiting. I think he's waiting for the draft. If you draft like a freaking, if Jamar Chase is on the board and you draft like Asante Samuel or like a corner, like not even Patrick Surtain or Caleb Farley, you draft Asante Samuel who you can get later on if he falls in the second round, God please. But if you draft like a guy who's not worth a sixth pick, then I mean, see the problem is everyone's talking about Watson. No one's calling Watson the baby. And Watson, rightfully so, has every right to leave because they haven't surrounded him with anything. I mean, they were in the
Mhm.
playoffs just 2 years ago. But I mean, they got rid of his best receiver. His team is aging. They're not surrounding him with a great defense. I mean, his offense is other than his offensive line, his skill position, like Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks are not bad. Like Brandon Cooks had like 1,200 yards this season. Will Fuller had like 800 yards. So his receivers are not bad. It's just they have no offensive line. They have no running game. And based off what our record was, you can't win without running the ball. So I mean, if he's waiting for the draft and they draft like some unknown college Bucks County Community College player, right? From I don't even know where. Then yeah, if he requests his trade, then that makes perfect sense. That's why I'm just waiting on it.
Yeah, I just want him to say something at this point. It's like, eh, I understand the everybody saying he doesn't owe anybody an explanation. He's a grown ass man. I understand all that. I get all that. And, to a certain extent, I agree. But at this point, I feel like there's so much drama that has been started and so many rumors that are gaining traction. Like, if it's just us talking, that's one thing. If it's just us Eagles fans talking, I guess it's one thing. But now you got Adam Schefter saying like, oh, it's a foregone conclusion. He doesn't want to be here, this, that. So if it's not true, for him to be so silent, I don't know. It just makes me question it. You know
The
what I'm
thing is,
saying? It makes me
every
question.
Ian and all that and all these reports is his opinion. I don't think I don't think it's not. I don't think it's he doesn't owe us. I think it's his agent just doesn't want him to talk. What's the point of talking? What are you gonna say? I want to be here. Everyone's gonna be like, we don't want you here, or some. You know them Twitter trolls. We don't want you here. Go away. Or he's like the pros, the cons outweigh the pros. I mean, if he says anything, it's not gonna matter. Talk is just so much is cheap. Everything is cheap when it comes to talk. So I mean, I would just wait. I wait till draft day. He's obviously, if he doesn't say anything about draft day, then it's a little concerning. Even if you do, if you draft like Jamar Chase, then God please, Asante Samuel in the second round, and then you draft like another linebacker in the third round who's not like a develop. The problem with this team is that we drafted um second round was a development and a either a replacement or a backup because we honestly don't know. Then third round, then we got Kavon Wallace third round, right?
Yep.
That was
No,
a
we got
develop.
Davion Taylor. We
Yeah,
got
that's
Davion
a
Taylor.
guy who never played in high school football ever. In his first years in college was his first time playing football. He's a development linebacker. Then you got Kavon Wallace, who's a development safety. It's like, why are you picking these guys who are developments and we don't even know how to develop anything? That's like giving a product to a company that doesn't know what to do with it. Like you could draft a development guy, right? Kavon Wallace, I like him, right? Is he a? I think he went fourth round, right? Same thing with Davion Taylor. Davion Taylor's draft position before the draft was undrafted free agent. He was projected to go on the undrafted free agent. There's no reason why he drafted him in the third round. So it's like you could draft him later on, maybe after the draft or stuff, something like that, and maybe you could develop them. You could draft like Justin Jefferson. I always say this: you don't know if you would be Justin Jefferson with the Eagles because how bad the Eagles are and how bad our what do you call it our coaching is. And Aaron Moorhead, I feel like he gets more hate than what he deserves. I feel like a lot of it is play calling. Now, the thing about Chase is he's not fundamentally good at his route running. I'm fine with that. I mean, Allen Robinson's not the greatest route runner. He learned how to coming out of college. He wasn't the greatest route runner. He learned how to route run coming into the NFL and training camp and stuff like that. Now, let me ask you something like this. I don't know if it was your live stream. I think it was. You remember how I was talking about the readjusted jump shot, basketball terms, stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Do you think Carson is gonna lose that weight? And if he does lose that weight and we don't have an off season, is it readjusting your jump shot again?
I think Carson has to, and people aren't going to want to hear this, but I feel like if we go back with Carson, Carson's got to start from zero again. Carson's got to kind of start from scratch again because I was looking at a lot of the film last year, a lot of the tape on, just the team in general, just trying to see where it all kind of fell off the rails. And from the first throw that Carson threw, you could tell that his mechanics were off. You could tell that something was wrong. Something was wrong, whether it was, mechanically or mentally. Something was just off. Because, yeah, we scored 17 points and we were up 17-0 for a time against the Washington Redskins, or Washington football team, I should say. But it was ugly. Like that, rewatching that first half was ugly. I didn't remember, I should say, how bad it actually was. Like you could kind of see the wheels falling off. So I feel like Carson needs to take this off season and he needs to start now. Like, to your point, I know you said that you would want to wait till the draft, but like I need to know now. I need to know within this week if you're going to be our quarterback or not. Because if you're going to be our quarterback, we need you to go meet up with the guy that was on the NCAA 10 cover. You know what I'm saying? Brian John. I need you to go talk to your coaches. I need you to go get coached real quick. So yeah, he definitely needs to readjust his jump shot.
How do you know he's not already talking to them?
I feel like it would have been the Eagles, especially media, are not good at keeping shit quiet. Keeping stuff quiet. Our front office is terrible at keeping stuff quiet. Like, I feel like we all want stuff to be happening in the background, but if stuff was happening, I think it would have been coming out because they wouldn't be grasping at so many straws. You know what I'm saying? If there was an actual story, they wouldn't be making up so many. That's just how I feel. It could be, I could be 100% wrong, but that's just how I feel. What's good, Brandon?
What's going on, guys?
The thing is, they did the same. I'm not sure. Well, you probably know, but they did the same thing with Rodgers in terms of media. They were killing on Rodgers. They were talking about how Rodgers, because remember last year, he like stat wise, he was not good, right? And ironically, he was the most sacked quarterback this year, and he played real. That was one of his worst years when he led the league in sacks, ironically. But anyway, people were talking about he's too old and all these reports, and as soon as this year came around, he shut everyone up. And now the thing about the whole mechanics thing is you peep that when John DeFilippo, it was never a problem when John DeFilippo was there. He had some mechanic issues, like when he overthrew the flat routes, he couldn't make the simple throws. Sometimes when he threw off his back foot, but it was not this bad. His mechanics were not this bad to the point where he's angling the ball too low. It's easy for a strip sack and all these other stuff. So I feel like Press Taylor, if Frank Reich, did you hear about Frank Reich wanting he would gladly take Press Taylor on his staff?
Hey, he should take him.
Yeah, he said Frank Reich said he will have him. So it's like, was Press Taylor, if Frank Reich believes in him, I want to believe in him. I mean, he's not here anymore, but I want to believe him. So it's like, who was really working with the quarterback? Because there's so many positions where was it Doug working? Doug was all over the place. We don't know if Doug was working the quarterback and the receivers. We don't know what he was doing in practice, or if Howie Roseman was coaching the quarterback, something like that. But I mean, I think if you fix his mechanics, there's still a lot more to go into it. Because even if he plays like 2017, this team will maybe go 9 wins, 10 wins, and lose first round because there's so many holes. I don't like that. Like when people say, "Oh, if we can get Wentz, we're not just missing a quarterback. We're missing we're missing a corner opposite Slay." I'm in a Discord with Slay and Maddox, and you know how bad I just wanted to say, Slay, we're gonna get you a corner on the opposite side, but Maddox is in there, so I couldn't say that. I didn't want to be rude.
He's like,
So
I'm just thankful for this opportunity.
So I was like, I mean, what is your draft, mock draft from? Do you know a lot of people draft, or you just know the first round people?
Right now, I really just know the people I'm looking at for the Eagles, to be honest, and people I'm trying to get interviews with. I got to go a little bit deeper on the draft classes. But like, I mean, I feel like this. Like, I feel like Carson, if you want to leave, that's fine. It is what it is. But like, we have to at some point make a decision, and we have to at some point know what's going to happen, because at this point, all he's doing is holding us back. At this point, if he's not going to be our quarterback, all he's doing is hurting everybody else on this team. Like you said, we are not a quarterback away, and we are definitely not just a wide receiver away. A wide receiver is not going to bring us to the Super Bowl. So we definitely have a lot of holes to fill. But Infamous, I'll get you off here real quick because I got like a whole full thing. Is there anything you want to say before you get out of here?
Yeah, I have one question for both of you. Did you hear about we met up with this kid from in the Reese Bowl, that quarterback?
The quarterback?
So like if we end up getting him, right? Whatever, however we get him, do you think these are my three things? I mean, other than this year, I don't see the Eagles keeping more than three quarterbacks or even three quarterbacks. So it's either Nate Suffield's replacement, or maybe it's Jalen Hurts' backup because Wentz is not here, or maybe it's Wentz's backup because Jalen Hurts is not here. Because why would they re-sign Nate? Nate is he? First of all, we gave him backup money. We give him backup quarterback money, and I don't care if we even let him go. It saves a penny. I'll let him go. So I think that rookie contract comes in deal. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's Wentz's backup? Is it Hurts' backup, or is it Nate Suffield's replacement, and we have three quarterbacks into next season?
If they do take him, I mean, they're probably just doing their due diligence and just talking to whoever, just kind of like what they did for coaching, right? If they were to go ahead and take a quarterback, then I would say it's probably a Nate Suffield replacement. I think they have a trend going, right? Everybody's young. The coaches are young. They're trying to get younger players. Like they're taking this young thing to a whole nother level. So you figure if you go ahead and you draft a quarterback again this year, that is going to be someone for the third string for injury insurance or anything like that. Maybe even a practice squad quarterback, especially if you get him late. I have no problem, especially last year, grabbing a quarterback. Is that you grab a Heisman finalist quarterback, which caused all the issues. If you would have drafted a quarterback in the late rounds, it just would have been whatever. But
I think that Wentz
I
caused
want a tangent with that.
Wentz caused all these problems. I'm tired, and I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna answer your question and then I'll say I'll say what
That's what I was about to go on a tangent.
I'll go crazy on it real quick. But I personally think that, looking at the guy who he was and everything, I forget who's the one that actually showed it to me, but I think he's project at the very best. I think he'll be a late round pick. So most likely, kind of what we did with Nate Sudfeld. Nate Sudfeld was on this team for like forever and got like 20 snaps. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's probably what it's going to be. And kind of like Brandon said, it'd probably just be a camp body at best. But
Real quick, before I head off, I have a theory. All right, now you're gonna rate this theory 1 through 10. It's not like a crazy hot take or theory, whatever it is.
Now he's coming.
I feel like last year, I forget who. I think it was Tom something starts with a P. He reported that in 2019 the two coaches for head coaching job was ranked Robert Salah 1 and Nick Sirianni 2 last year. So I think coming into this year, we always knew we were gonna pick Nick Sirianni. I feel like what the Eagles, the reason why we interviewed Josh McDaniels, other quarterback coaches, or whatever, Deuce, I think what they did was, and if they did, this is really smart. They asked, I think, a question, and I think we all can do. The question was, how can you fix Carson Wentz? What will you do to fix Carson Wentz? And stuff like that. I feel like they wrote down everything they said. It says Nick Sirianni is a younger head coach. Stuff Josh McDaniels says, stuff Deuce says, stuff other coaches said on how they would fix Wentz. They kind of gave it to Nick Sirianni as a formula. Like, here, this is how you do it. Or just pick certain stuff that you like.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, I think that's the smartest thing to do. You want to, like Brandon said earlier, you want to do your due diligence on everybody, And right. I mean, it's kind of a form of scouting. I don't know why I said scouting so weird, but it's kind of a form of scouting, right? Scouting. You want to be scouting. So it's kind of a form of scouting. You want to see what they see in your team. You know what I'm saying, and take those and kind of move forward with it, and try and make your team better. So I definitely agree with you on that.
For sure, yeah. Form of scouting, you kind of take what they say, and like you said, you pick out the things that kind of make sense for the whole organization, and for maybe Nick Sirianni can be like, oh, that's a solid idea, because I mean, a bunch of minds is better than one. So if you can get some free information, take it.
Yeah. All right, it was fun, yo.
But yeah, I'm gonna get you out of here, Infamous. You already know. You know you like our brother, bro. So you're welcome back anytime, man.
Yes, sir.
I gotta get this homework done anyway. Have a good one.
Yeah. Get back to work, bro. Get back to work. Now, one thing I was gonna say, and then I'm gonna bring my boy Lenny D on here because I always make him wait till the last minute, and I feel bad. But one thing I'm gonna say to you, Brandon. All right, Lord. Don't you ever make me wait that. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I'll say this. I'm really starting to feel like this is all because of Wentz, and I know people are gonna hate that I say that, and I know Lenny's gonna come on here and probably roast me because of it. But it is what it is. I'm just so tired of Wentz right now, bro. It is just so frustrating, man. It's just so frustrating.
You can make that an argument, right? You could say it's all Wentz. There has to be more than just all Wentz. There's a reason why Ertz and Howie got into an argument. There's a reason why dudes leave the team and talk junk about Howie Roseman. Maybe Wentz just doesn't like Howie. Maybe it's not as simple as, oh, we're going to do everything we can. We'll get you a coach that is going to quote unquote fix you. I can only imagine being a starting quarterback in the NFL and just constantly being told that we're going to get someone to fix you. Like, especially if you don't think there's that much wrong. Like, if you're like, yeah, I didn't play great. We also had bad play calling and our team's not good, but it is what it is. And now all of a sudden I need to be fixed. I'm going to I would hate my organization if all they kept saying is how they're going to fix me and singling me out for no reason when you know that the team all in itself isn't that great. I think there's more to it. I think he just doesn't like Howie.
I think there's more to it. Yes, I do feel like there's more around. Obviously the team was bad and everything, but I feel like we're also giving Wentz a pass on every single turn. Every turn I go, it's like, oh well, it was because of this. It was because of that. It was because of this. He should be willing to fix himself. He should be willing to
and
block
I have a
everything
question
out.
when we get Lenny on here because I was going to ask Infamous, but I might as well ask Lenny when he hops on. But I'll ask the question when I get there. So
yeah, all right. And shout out to Stephen Clark. They gave him over $100 million, kicked out Foles, fired Doug, and publicly commit to him and baby him. Exactly. Yeah, that's how I'm starting to feel now.
You can baby someone all you want, but if they don't like you, they don't like you. Baby and him
We
would
gotta
be
go.
keeping Ertz if that was the case. You
We
find a
gotta
way to
go.
keep Ertz.
See, I feel like Ertz. I would personally go to greater lengths for Ertz. Ertz cried at his press conference. Ertz didn't, duck his last press conference. I understand he shouldn't be asking for more money right now, in my opinion, but it is what it is. All right. This is a call, and this isn't us arguing. I'm sorry, Brandon. I had to do that though. Shout out to Lenny D. What's going on, my brother? How you doing, man? I'm sorry about that. You just had to see us argue for a second.
I was laughing at you, John. You was like, I always have him waiting. I like, yeah, he do be having me waiting. Nah,
What's good, brother?
What's good? The thing about Carson Wentz not speaking, and Joe, I be coming in your live stream lately. I've been busy, so I ain't been able to really come in like I normally do. But I never,
I think I just lost you for a second. Did you lose him for a second too? Or is that just me? All right, I'm sorry. Keep going. My internet sucks.
I'm good.
Yeah, you good. My bad.
Yeah.
All right. I never, really disagree with you, as him speaking, because sooner or later he is gonna have to say something. You know what I'm saying? But it's just for the fact of me of saying like he don't have to say nothing right now because he constantly gets bashed by the media. And I remember at one point in time, I'm not saying you guys, but it was some of the Philadelphia media, some of us wishy-washy Philadelphia Eagles fans that was saying he needs to take some time away from football, clear his head, and come back. But now when the man don't say anything, now
That's true.
now that he don't say anything, he's arrogant. He's a crybaby. He's this and he's that. How you get all that and that man ain't said not one word? You know what I'm saying? And so I never disagree with you. Him, he gonna have to sooner or later he gonna have to say something. But my thing about it is the person who should be the two people that should be saying something the most is Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman, because they not shutting down these reports really either. Because Ian Rappaport saying that Ian Rappaport saying that they're not looking to trade Wentz, but they're not hanging up the phone either. So is you gonna trade him or is you not? Like, don't just dance around and just do it. Because at the end of the day, they hold the keys to his destiny. Deshaun Watson wants out of Houston, but guess what? He can't go nowhere unless the GM and the owner say he can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like it's everyone. Everyone needs to just if they really are trying to hold on to Wentz and they're trying to play this publicly like that, they're backing him and they really want him. Okay, but it doesn't seem like it's working. You know what I'm saying? At some point, when do you just give up? You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of women in this world that are beautiful that I've tried to bag, and at some point, after a DM or two, you get out of them DMs, right? You stop sliding in those DMs. Like at some point, when are you going to stop sliding in Wentz's DMs? He obviously does not want to be. I'm not going to say obviously, but it doesn't seem like he wants to be here. Those are what the reports are. If you can't fix that behind the scenes, and you can't publicly say we're good, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, that's what you would do if it's fixed, right? Like if we're at Nick Sirianni's press conference and you ask me what's going on with your quarterback, he doesn't want to be here. If I talk to him like he said he did, I would assume if everything went well, I would be like, nah, we good. Nah, everything's straight. Lenny, if we having problems or, me and Brandon having problems or something like that, and people ask me somewhere else and I've talked to Brandon, I'm like, nah, that's my boy. We good. So why can't Nick Sirianni say that about his quarterback? That's what worries me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes me think that all this is true. But go ahead, Brandon. I'm sorry. I've been ranting for the past 2 weeks.
If anything, my question to you guys is, do you guys think that football, the sport itself, is on like Wentz's top tier list? Like, I feel like personally, like it goes his like religion, number one, obviously family, blah, blah, blah. But then hunting, because when you see pictures of him hunting more than throwing a football in the off season. So I know Brady lives, breathes, sweats, tears on the off season football. That guy is always football. You'll see him working out. Wentz, you see him hunting, and I feel like he has his Wentz Outdoor Brothers. He has his company. He has all this. Do you guys feel like maybe football just isn't on his top tier list, like his number one priority?
It could. I mean, it's a possibility because I got a daughter myself. She's 6, and with him, having a newbornish daughter, it could possibly be his main priority right now. as at least as a man, when you have your child, you want to make sure you're the perfect father. You know what I'm saying, for the child. And I'm not perfect. I know he's not the perfect father. Nobody in the world is perfect. So maybe the 2020 season with COVID happening and then the birth of his child it definitely can weigh in on you. I'm not trying to make that excuse for him, but that's definitely a possibility. It's definitely.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've had and Brandon, you know me and you argue every day, but especially in the beginning of the season, especially last year, the years prior, I've always been that guy to back one. I've always been that guy to fight with, whether it be Cowboys fans, whoever it may be. I've always fought for our quarterback, but at some point, fight for me too, bro. Fight for me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that there's a lot going on in your life, and having a kid is stressful. I don't have a kid, but I understand. I get it 100%. And I'm not telling you to make us the focal point of this off season. You know what I'm saying? But it's your job. At the same time, it is still your job. I can't just not show up to work because I feel some type of way or because my outside life is affecting me. I can't just I can't ignore my responsibilities, which one of his responsibilities is to be the leader of this team. A quarterback is not like a running back. A quarterback is not like a wide receiver that you can go party on a boat and nobody says anything. If a Dak Prescott is, caught on the boat in the offseason, it's a big deal. If Carson Wentz isn't talking to his team, if Carson Wentz isn't training with his team, to me, that should be a big deal. So while I do think that the outside world should, probably does have an effect on him, I don't think it should to this point, to this major extent. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like this is a lot bigger than the people are looking at it for. Like, you're the voice of this franchise. You're the face of this franchise. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
And I agree with that, but I also want to know, like, when is, because we point fingers at Wentz. I've done it too. I called him out on bad games. I don't want anybody to think I'm so-called a Wentz apologist. I've called him out on bad games. So I didn't call him out this season. So I don't want nobody to think that he's just a guy with the halo over his head. No, but I also want to know, like, when is everybody else going to start taking accountability? Doug is gone. You know what I'm saying? That was accountability. Wentz got benched. They talking about trading him. That's accountability. When's Howie going to take accountability for these bad drafts, for these bad signings, always signing old guys? We always talk about accountability, and that's one thing I said about Malcolm Jenkins. Like, he was saying that nobody held Wentz accountable unless you watch the 2020 season. That's a lie. Who held Ronald Darby accountable when he was getting burnt? Who was holding other guys accountable? When is the real accountability going to start, showing itself for people's mistakes? Because football is the ultimate team sport. From the ownership all the way down to the people who clean the bathrooms in the NovaCare Center. So when is accountability really going to start showing? So and with Howie Roseman still at GM, I guess it's still there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I talked about this like at the end of my live at 12:30. I kind of went on a little bit of a rant. I think you were probably still here, but as long as Howie's here, I have really no faith that it's going to be a huge turnaround. It might be a slow, methodical, we're getting a team together, but with Howie here, I just feel like he's going to continuously make decisions to slow our growth down. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be on the field with our players or whether it be, selecting the wrong players or terrible contracts, because in a couple years we have cap space. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that is kind of nice. Like, we're gonna go through this little hardship, and then after this, we're gonna have a lot of money clear because a lot of these players are not gonna be here. So, are we gonna go into that with Howie Roseman and give him another chance to ruin it all again after we, go through all this? So I don't know. But to your point, you say who's gonna keep Howie Roseman accountable? And to play devil's advocate here, can you blame some of this on Doug? I mean, if we can blame the poor play on Doug Peterson of people like Carson Wentz, of Ronald, or of certain people like that, can you blame Doug for possibly not getting the best out of Howie's drafts? Because we've seen Sidney Jones do decently. Rasul left, did decently. A couple of the people you named went somewhere else and they did all right. So maybe we can put a little bit of, the onus on Doug as well. and not all on Howie. What do you guys think about that?
No, you go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, the onus should be on everyone there, right? Between Howie, between Doug. I mean, granted, Doug's not there anymore. When Schwartz was here, Schwartz was part of it. They all needed some kind of blame, along with the players, because at the end of the day, the players play, right? So it's just overall, and it's tough. Like this is such a weird season with COVID and no training camp and no OTAs and everything like that. So, and then you have the world of injuries on just one team. Like that was just insane in itself. So you figure on a normal day, even Sean Payton or Bill Belichick would have had a tough time with our team this year with everything going on with our injuries and everything. So I think I'm surprised Howie's still here. He probably should have went too when we're talking about accountability and everything like that. Especially if you want to start anew. Literally, there's only like 2 coaches still here that are from like last season, and everyone else is brand new. So Howie should probably have been let go and someone else brand new. But it is what it is at this point. I think it kind of does show accountability that we don't have the same coaching staff. But the blame last season, you can go all the way around to almost everyone. Because even when Wentz wasn't in, we still lost.
Yeah. And I agree. Like, all the, blame can't be put on Howie's shoulders. Did he do a great job drafting? No. But at the same time, the coach's job is to coach the players to their best strengths. And they didn't do that. And that's what happened with Doug. That's how he got caught in the crossfire, because with Wentz, he tried to turn Wentz into something that he's not. And that's a pocket passer. And Wentz can throw from the pocket, but all the time, especially behind a bad line at the time, that's how Doug got fired. And then when Lurie came to ask them, what's going to be the solution for our offense getting up on his feet for next season, and your best answer is press Taylor. So I mean, you're right. It's not all on Howie, but Doug showed didn't do himself any favors of trying to keep his job. So and with him not utilizing Miles Sanders, to him not utilizing Jalen Reagor right, to him always putting in old guys like Alshon and DJ, he kind of did it to himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't understand what happened with Doug this year. I really feel like he was trying to throw. Like he had to be trying to get fired, because it's like, bro. I mean, that's like going into your job and then being like, listen, bro, we need you to wash your hands more often when you come into work. And then they'd be like, so what are you gonna do when you come in tomorrow? I ain't washing shit. Like that's basically what he did. Like,
Some people can't handle success, man. Some people just can't handle success. You get a Super Bowl, you make it to the playoffs, you win NFC East championships, and some people just can't handle that to the point where this year it just looked like he just didn't care. Because one of the key things you said, Lenny, was our offensive line was bad, and it was because of the injuries and no continuity. I think if you would have stuck at least one of the backup lineups in, and they were in there consistently, our offensive line wouldn't have been that bad, because they played in spurts kind of good. But the fact is, once they played well, they were hurt, and then we had to put someone else in. Yep. So he tried to make a guy a pocket passer behind that, and that in itself was just dumb. And then you don't run the ball. When running the ball, everyone knows when your offensive line's not good, let them be bullies and run the ball. And he wasn't doing that either. So it was weird.
It borderline looked like Doug was trying to sabotage his job, the Eagles, and to me, Wentz. Like that's what I say. Like it's no reason why Miles Sanders shouldn't have had 1,000 yards or close to it, especially behind a bad offensive line. And Wentz was playing bad. There's no reason why you don't run the ball. You run the ball most of your time in the first drive or the first quarter. Then you stop running and you tell Wentz to throw it and sit there and take it. Like that looked like borderline sabotage.
Yeah, that man did not want to be on this team. I don't know what was up with him. I can't wait for the next book. That's really what I'm waiting on. I'll wait on the next book, because that one's going to be
to sabotage.
Stephen King. I'm telling you, it is going to be amazing. So let me ask you one more question before I get you out of here. We got a lot of people still in here. What do you want to happen between Jalen and Carson? What is your dream scenario? Between the debate, I guess. Quarterback competition.
My thing about it is I just want it to be honesty. What I mean by that, I mean like if you're gonna trade either one of these guys, then just do it. I know we probably got to wait or whatever, but or if you want to keep one of those, keep both guys, then do like what Philly 500 say, let them battle it out or whatever. But at the same time, it just made us look bad because you paid a guy $100 million to be the guy, but then you draft the quarterback. It's one thing to draft the quarterback, but in the second round, that just looked bad. But I just want us to go in there and let the best quarterback win. But at the same time, it's just tricky because we just put all this stuff on ourselves. Just think about it. 3 years ago, we was hosting a Lombardi, and now look at us, 4-11-1, and we don't know who our quarterback is. And quarterbacks just don't fall from trees.
Those are facts. Those are
come from factories. They come from factories. All right, that's a cap. I had to go check. He said Kamoko Ture from the Colts posted on IG saying we're getting him with a picture of Wentz in a Colts uniform. That's a cap. That is a cap. Right. I had to go check real quick because I was like, are we gonna get something?
This dude showed me a random player. It was like, yo, no one's gonna fact check this.
No one's gonna actually check.
I'm sorry. I don't want to stay on here too long. My thing about it is, I'm sorry to keep going, but this is just one more thing. Like, if I guess I'm just upset about how this stuff being played out is because you paid the man. If you didn't pay Wentz, then I'll be like, okay, you got Jalen Hurts, okay, then cool, whatever. But you paid the man to be the guy, and you haven't done nothing ever since he stepped foot in Overcare in his rookie year. He been throwing the guys like Dorial Green Beckham, Bryce Trey, Alshon, who stay in and out and act like he forget how to play football when Wentz is at quarterback. D-Jack who get hurt, Greg Ward who's off the practice squad. Like, I can keep going. These guys, it just looked bad. So if they hadn't paid him the money, then.
And my thing is, like, I get that. Even to go deeper than that, if it was holding you back from being you, then okay, I could get it. If this guy was really coming in to like take your job, okay, I could see you being a little bit upset. But like, legitimately, nobody in Philadelphia. Not one person wanted to see Jalen Hurts. Like, we were all pissed that he got picked. Why, in your right mind, would your first thing be like, "Oh, I got to worry about this guy"? Like, that's
because he was a Heisman finalist.
No, that's you.
We're forgetting that this guy played at two of the biggest schools in the country. He's a Heisman finalist, and Howie was probably telling him in the offseason, "We're going to get you help. We're going to get you help. We're going to get this offense on fire." And then what you do, you draft. But you could have gotten a better one in the second round and then get other players later on. Instead, you draft a Heisman finalist quarterback. Come on.
Who were you going to get in the second round? KJ Hamler? You were going to get KJ Hamler, who played like 3 games this year? I mean, realistically, like I'm sorry, bro. Like, I love Carson, and bro, this is what we do off camera. So like, all right, we got to get focused. Get focused, Brandon. We'll argue later. We got to remember this is about the fans, all right? This is about the subscribers, not about us.
But even with him getting 3 receivers, none of those guys are number ones. You know what I'm saying? Justin Jefferson went to the Vikings and made an immediate impact. DK Metcalf, immediate impact. We ain't to be honest, what's his name? Jalen Reagor is not no first round pick. If I'm just calling a spade a spade, I don't know what his future is going to be like, but he's not a first round pick.
He only played 4 or 5 games. We didn't really give him a chance. I mean, we don't know what any of these guys are. Is Travis Fulgham a number 1 wide receiver? He looked like it for 3 games, 4 games. Is he? We don't know. Like, we don't know what any of this team is. Yeah. It's so. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was listening. I was saying you're right. You're right.
Yeah, no, like it's unfortunate. You can obviously blame it on the coaching. You can also blame it on Howie. You can also that type of blame goes everywhere too, because to your point, just like you said earlier, you had somebody like Jordan Mailata going off on the offensive line. He comes off because you have old ass Jason Peters back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just sit your ass in your car, sit your ass in your Super Bowl truck. We don't need you right now. Like Alshon Jeffrey, same things. Just sit yourself down. We don't need you right now. Like, so to your point, like, we don't know what any of these guys are. You know what I'm saying? We have no idea who any of these guys are. So
I will say this, and I'm gone. If we keep Carson Wentz, you got to get rid of Alshon. You got to get rid of him and bring back Fogle. You got to get rid of Alshon and bring back Fogle.
I agree 100%. Tell them where they can find you though. Everybody go check out my man's on his YouTube, bro.
You can find me at Lenny D Eagles on YouTube, and I'll be trying to drop some of them facts. I appreciate, my guys Brandon and Joe coming through. When I be doing my live stream, they show me support, so I continue to show them support. They good guys. They know what they talking about, and just showing love to the Eagles community, bro.
Of course, man.
Yes,
You already know, bro. You know you family, bro. That's what I tell everybody. All y'all subscribe. Y'all ain't just subscribers, bro. I got family, and I appreciate all y'all for real. But yeah, we'll see you in your next live. We'll be there. All right, brother. God bless, man.
All right, God bless to y'all too, man.
So the next and Brandon, we're gonna have a very good conversation after this live, okay? Because you just cannot be disagreeing with me this much today. All right, we have a very special guest. I'm very happy to have her in here. We got Philly Girl. I don't know if she's here. It says that she's muted. I definitely want to get her on here. She is here. Are you here?
Hello. What's
She
good?
is there.
What's good?
What's
are
going
you?
on? How's it going? So how you feeling? Because I know I see you talking a lot in the comments. I go to your stream sometimes. You're talking about it. So there's a lot of drama in old Philly. How you feeling about it?
So I'm glad to talk to you. I know
Definitely glad to have you.
Yeah, thank you. I know that you missed me on Philly Notion, so I wanted to touch on a couple of things because I'm Wentzed out as well. It's funny because I said that on Notions Live. But people keep talking about Wentz, going to Indianapolis. I did read, and I think it's Sports Talk. I didn't fact check it or whatever, but I think it was sportstalk.com where they said that Reich does not want Wentz in Indianapolis because Wentz does not listen to staff. With that being said, I'll move on to the next point. We do have somewhat of a quarterback shootout. Sirianni said it himself. He's going to look at each position, each player, it's the whole realm. I feel like the tornado that swept through Delaware swept right on through Philadelphia. It's like a tornado just went through our team, right? I feel
just
like
the quarterback room, though. It just stood in the quarterback room.
From the staff on down, and so, and then we think about, okay, so, and I get it. Wentz don't want to be here. Bye. Go.
Deuces.
Right?
Bye.
So think about not where will he go, but who can we get for him? What can we get for him? Right? Here's a thought. Just a thought, just food for thought, something different to talk about. I know I did want to touch real quick. Somebody said that they felt like Wentz. I said he was distracted, a while back, and I've been saying it the whole time. He's distracted. No, football is not on the top of his priority list, and I would agree with whoever said, Brandon, was it you, that religion is at the top of his list. Having said that, this is why he's being quiet. But anyway, Rodgers over in Green Bay, right? They're going to be looking to trade him eventually some point. So let's just say we have this quarterback shootout this year, right? And they decide Hurts is our guy. What if we bring someone similar to Rodgers or somewhat of a similar caliber to come in and mentor Hurts further? Just a thought.
I would love for Carson to, this is very unrealistic, but Carson could be that guy. Carson could be that guy that stays here for 4 more years, has a good 4 years, and then hands it off to, how old is Carson right now? 28,
He's like
right?
27, 27, 28, yeah.
I think he's 28. So in 4 or 5 years, you're 32, 33. I know he probably wouldn't want to do that, but,
he's still too young to mentor people.
He's 28 years old. It's not that young.
Yeah,
that's
but
not that young in my opinion.
When I hear
he's just not that guy right now.
You're talking about. Look, Bowl this year. Somebody who's going for the 10th time. Come on,
Facts.
that's someone worthy of being a mentor, if you will. And I'm a Brady hater. I don't like Brady, but I mean, I'll be real.
Brady doesn't
Hey,
mentor either. That's why he left New England.
So he did it in New England. He's moved and he's doing it again. You can't argue results.
Nah, facts. That's the truth. I just my whole thing with like Hurts and Wentz going like. I don't know. I don't even want to bring any more quarterbacks into this like situation. That's why I just kind of want to make a decision. Huh? I just want to make a decision and just like if we do bring somebody like a Josh McCown back or somebody that we know is not going to play. Like I think Brandon said this before. Like you bring in somebody that's maybe a vet that is not going to be a starter, that he's not here to be a starter. You know what I'm saying? And you put that behind. And exactly, yeah, somebody that you, like I said, is not going to be trying to fight for any type of starter. But for me, it's like, if you really need all that, man, like that's just a weak mentality. Like, to me, it's like, bro, like if somebody behind me, there's how many people that do Eagles YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I just went and was like, go ahead.
This will take me back to my point where I said he's distracted because. That year we went to the Super Bowl, a lot went down with him personally. He had one girlfriend, broke up, met another girl, engaged, married, had a baby, won the Super Bowl, but, the backup had to win it because I was injured. Like, come on now. Like, he's not there. With his performance the last few years, football is not his priority, and that's okay, but go.
Exactly. That's how I feel. You got your money. You know what I'm saying? You did what you could do, I guess. I don't know. I just don't feel like at this point I'm really sitting here trying to coax or baby. I don't even want to say baby because I feel like whatever. But like I don't want to keep on like pushing someone that I just gave $100 million to do what they're supposed to do for that $100 million. Like how many times do we really have to fire people? Like it's become too much. It is
kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that we paid the guy $100 million and then draft the Heisman finalist as a quarterback.
But I don't think that. I mean, yeah, okay, that's a terrible pick. But I just don't see how that matters so much. Like, especially to him, who should be mad about that? Us as fans that look at it and be like, this was a dumb pick. We could have got way better players. But you know who shouldn't be mad about that? Someone that gets paid $100 million to go to that stadium every Sunday. Like, to me, it's like, get over it. It's not that big of a deal, bro. Like, you know,
mental health is a thing, bro.
But no, Brandon, I know you do, like, you went to school for psychology. You know more about like the human aspect of it. And I'm just kind of like that bull in a china shop saying, yelling and running around saying, get over it. But like, it's just like, I don't know. I don't get it. Man. If you pay me $10, you pay me $10 to make a video. I don't care if Joey Shakes gets 10,000 more views than me. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to do what I'm getting paid to do. You feel me? I'm going to do what I do, put my blinders on and do what I do. Like, I just don't understand why he's so affected or why we feel like he should be so affected by someone in the background. Just beat him for his job. You had to do that in college. You didn't start when you first started in college. When you went to college, you broke your leg and didn't play. Yeah, you're a grown man. You're a grown man. But, like, I get it, but come on.
And then still, he had all those injuries. One injury after another, after being injured already in college. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I know you have other people waiting. And real quick, I just wanted to ask you because I haven't heard. What did you think? What do you think about Deuce Staley leaving? How do you feel about that?
I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence because like I feel as though did we play him? Did we kind of mess up in that situation? Yes, I do feel like he's been loyal to us for 10 years, and we never, ever in those 10 years gave him a shot at anything bigger. So what I'm going to say next isn't his fault, but he's never proven anything. So we didn't know what he is. So did I think he should have deserved the head coaching job? Maybe not. I don't really know. I wasn't there. But at the same time, it's our fault because we never gave him a chance to learn or to become that, in my opinion. So like I said, I know I'm a little bit, on the minority when it comes to, I don't know if he necessarily deserved the job as a candidate, but as a loyal member of this franchise, he definitely deserved more than we gave him. What do
Fair
you
enough.
think, Brandon? I know you think more. I know you wanted him.
I wanted him to be head coach, and that was just kind of the fan in me that was listening to veteran players that are not even on the team who have no business talking about the Eagles that decided to chirp in and try to advocate for this guy. And yet you had players texting the owner about this guy because they saw something in him. They obviously learned from him at times. They obviously were motivated by him at times. So the fact that the coach is like, no, and then not even that. Now you can't even make him an offensive coordinator or something. So yeah, we definitely played Deuce. It's unfortunate. I hope the best for Deuce in Detroit. Detroit was making moves, so we'll see what that happens there in Detroit. But we definitely played him for sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed. I'm a Deuce fan myself, but with that being said, I'm gonna hop on back down to your chat. I got things to do, so I'm gonna be listening, and of course, I'll be baby